Hi, my name is Michael Burgis. I'm the managing attorney of MB&A. I'm a certified legal specialist in California workers' compensation, and I'm a trial attorney. I wanted to address a common issue in California workers' comp claims, and that is, what happens if I move? What happens if I move to a different city? What happens if I move to another state? What happens if I move to another country? All right, this is a very complicated question, but an injured worker is not stuck in the city where they got injured. If there's litigation, they're not stuck in the state or even in the country. The truth is, if you're an injured worker and you have an open claim, you can do whatever you want. You can move wherever you want. It will have an impact on the claim, and I strongly recommend you speak to an attorney before you ever move, because you want to lay out a plan of action that's best able to minimize any adverse effects. And actually, sometimes there's a positive effect. First, let me tell you about the positive effect. If an injured worker moves and then they need to see neutral doctors, the insurance company has to pay that injured worker to potentially fly into the state and be evaluated by that doctor. That means they may have to set up room and board, and pay all incidental expenses to getting that person back into the state to go to that state neutral doctor appointment. That's a perk that costs the insurance company money, and an injured worker can leverage that sometimes to get a reasonable settlement. Here's the bad stuff. The problem is that if an injured worker leaves before obtaining final medical appointments by their treating physician, then it puts me as the injured worker in a bit of a predicament. The problem is that without final reports, that's like handcuffing me and telling me to go fight for you. Because at the end of the day, while I'm a very good trial attorney, I'm not a doctor. Either are the workers' comp judges, they're not doctors. So we need medical evidence to show that our injured worker is entitled to benefits. And if an injured worker leaves without those final reports, it severely handicaps the attorney from advocating and obtaining a reasonable settlement. So, short answer is this: is if you're an injured worker, you can move anywhere you want. You can move out of the city, out of the state, out of the country. However, it does impact how your case settles. And if you speak to an attorney and set up a plan of action, you can take the steps necessary to minimize or eliminate any negative impacts while actually harnessing the positive impacts and hopefully working on a good settlement. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, it's actually very complicated to do the individual analysis, but I can absolutely do that. If you have any questions or concerns, call the number below. We're standing by, we can help. If you thought this video was helpful, please like and share or subscribe to my channel. Thank you.